how does my ability to do things on time diminish my mastery of writing an analysis paper? Those are two very different things. And maybe it just like let's not even say that it's a kid's fault. Maybe it just takes me longer to read something and come up with an analysis that I feel is good enough to submit. So, some kids just work at different paces, and we punish kids who take longer, unfortunately, when we start taking points off because they couldn't submit it during, to our arbitrary timelines. So I don't think that those skills are unimportant, and I would never advocate for that. I just don't think that they should muddy the academic communication of what kids know and can do.
We work with schools a lot on this particular question of how do we assess behaviors in a way that gives kids the feedback they need to improve the behaviors, but doesn't conflate the academic achievement, either inflate it or deflate it. And so what will, even down to the minutia of, okay, so you want a behavior skill around meeting deadlines. Well, is it important in life that the student meet the deadline every time, or that the student communicate proactively about the deadline, whether they're going to meet it or whether they want to request an extension? So even moving from something that's black and white, like meets deadlines, to something with a little more gray area, like meets or communicates proactively around deadlines, that starts to shift a teacher's practice towards more of the real world, sort of nuanced reality of how deadlines work in the workforce. And so we're constantly able to kind of push teacher teams to have those conversations of what is the real priority here that we're trying to communicate to students, and how do we set them up for success in the real world by the way that we communicate around these expectations and these priorities.